The death penalty. Is it worth it or is it not? Is it controversial or is it not? Is it making us safer or is it not? Now, with the controversial part about it, it's very easily controversial because it involves killing someone. It involves taking a life, ending a life of someone else. Now it gets this controversy because most people, well, all sane people, view killing someone or ending a life is not something that should ever be done in any case, in any scenario. But that's just not the truth. And that's the truth because there are people in certain situations, in certain contexts, where they will stop at nothing to end you. Or be a detriment to society, where they are a danger. Sometimes taking a life is the only way to save a life. Now, that statement in and of itself is controversial, heavily controversial, and it can be refuted and argued for days, months, weeks on end. That is something that morally for people, they'll never be able to get over. But we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to delve into that controversy. We're going to talk about the crime rates of states with and without the death penalty. Now, when you look at the crime rates posted by the Huffington Post, yes, of all the states with the death penalty, overall, almost universally, every single state that has the death penalty has a lower overall crime rate than those without the death penalty. Those without the death penalty have a higher, on average, crime rate than those with the death penalty. That plus side being shown, of course, there is a downside. It is not a one-all cure-all for people, because it is shown in those same states with the death penalty that they have a higher homicide and murder rate than those without the death penalty. Now, looking at that, it doesn't look good for the death penalty at all in any sort of argument. However, it keeps people safer, which is hard to understand. But even though they have a higher murder rate in those states with the death penalty, overall crime is down. Manslaughter doesn't happen as much. Death during robberies or anything like that does not happen as much. And it is taking criminals off the streets. Not the greatest of ways. I'm not even going to try and argue that. And not the quickest of ways. But it shows people and criminals that there are consequences for it. And that's why the overall crime rate is down for those people in those states. Now, just an example of this would be from Hillary Clinton. Be your political assumptions aside, let's move past that and see what she did. As a lawyer, before she was married to Bill, or towards the early stages of her marriage with him, before he became president, she was a lawyer and defended a man for raping a young girl, an underage girl. And in an interview, she says that she knows, or she knew that he was guilty, but she got him off. Now, it's kind of a sidetrack going into that. But what I'm saying is, he did that in a state without death penalty. He did that in a state where he knew that even if he was found, even if he was convicted, he wouldn't die by lethal injection. He wouldn't die by execution. He did it because he knew that he could survive and because he got a good lawyer. Now, I'm not saying that happens all the time, but criminals get off frequently on just mistakes. Someone didn't read them their Miranda rights. the warrant didn't go through in time when they raided the house. They had a better lawyer. There's a lot of things that go in criminals' favors, and that's the way the justice system works, because it is innocent until proven guilty. But if criminals know, when they know that if they are convicted, there is a chance that they will die for sure, they won't do it. It's not the greatest of things. It's not the purest of things. But at the end of the day, it's a deterrent that works, because crime rates in the states that have the death penalty are down.